Hi, it's Jenny from the Missouri Star Quilt Company. We've got something really fun for you today. Natalie has come up with yet another amazing ruler. This is the Half-Hexy. Let me show you on this quilt right here what it does. This helps you to make a hexagon quilt. They're so popular right now, and it helps you to make it without any XY seams. This is going to be, you're just going to love this. It's amazing. So let me put this up here so you can ooh-ah over it while we're working on here. And we decided we're going to make this out of the Origins Jelly Roll. This is going to be awesome. We love this Origins Jelly Roll. It has such good rich colors. So what you're going to do is open up your Jelly Roll. Just going to lay it all out here. Love to open up a new Jelly Roll. Look at those colors. Isn't this going to be so much fun? All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to take a row. We're going to take probably, let's do 3 strips at a time. They're still folded in half. And if you look at this, half-hexy ruler will work perfectly on a Jelly Roll strip or a charm pack. You can fold your charm in half, but you'll get even more out of a Jelly Roll. So what we're going to do, again, very little waste with her rulers because they're made to go right over the, they're made to fit the pre-cuts. Whoops! So let's make sure we get this cut right on there. Not lose any fingers. All right, let me trim that up. There we go. Okay, now we've made our first cut right here. Remember, we're cutting off our corners because that'll help us match it up. Then we're going to turn this and lay it on the exact cut. So look at the look at the waist right here. This little nubbin. There's your waist right there. So we're going to go ahead and cut this off. Move that over. Turn our template again. This hexagon is amazing. Let me cut this little flap off over here. There we go. All right. Now just for fun of laying out, I'm going to get a couple more strips of different colors in here. We'll get some greens, a green and a brown. Pull them out of the middle there. Now remember, when you pull these out, they're going to kind of be staggered, so you want to line them up so that they, you know, so that you're not cutting, you don't have a piece that ends up with a salvage in it or anything like that. Matter of fact, if you want, you can use the straight edge on this little thing right here and just knock that salvage off so you're sure that you're not getting any salvage in it. Then we're going to lay this down again. Doesn't matter which way you start. It's going to be perfect either way. We forgot to cut our little knob here. That will help us match them up, so that's kind of important. Flip it over, cut a few more. Now what you're going to do with these, we're going to lay them out, and this is important to remember in this, that you need to lay this out before you sew it, because you sew in rows of halves, you want to make sure that you get the right partner on top so that they match up. All right, let's lay a few of these out and see what we got here. Sweep all my itsy bitsy bits of waste. There we go. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to line these up and we're going to sew them just like this. So all you're sewing is straight seams like this together. You can line it up on where your notches are cut, and it will give you a straight exact seam. So all you're going to have is these straight pieces as you lay them out. Then when you sew the next row together, it's going to come together. You're going to lay your pieces out exactly the way that you put them on here. So what you want to remember is you're matching the fat sides. So when you put them together, you're going to have a couple of rows going at once, and that's why you need to lay them out. But this is just so much fun. Amazing, really. I remember the years of trying to put grandmother's flower garden together. Oh my gosh. And now that they can do this so easily, it just like blows my mind. I love it. Okay, so here we go. And of course, you're going to have the browns and the whites mixed in here too. We're going to do. And this is just going to make a stunning quilt. So let's go ahead and lay out a row and we'll sew it together. So this is the beginnings of our little quilt. Now in order to get this from the table all laid out nicely over to the sewing machine, what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to pin these together. So we're going to fold these over like this. We're going to match up our corners on the edges, and we're going to put a little pin in here like this. And then we'll fold this one over this way. Match up your little corners. Make sure you cut those little notches. It looks like I missed that one, but I got the other one so I can line it up on one side. And see, when you lay these back, then they're going to be just right. So let's finish up this row here, and then we'll take it into the sewing machine and the magic will begin. Okay, we've sewn all these together. They're all at this funny little angle, and when you open them up like this, see how it all becomes one row? And so what we're going to do is we're just going to lay that, we lay those down. We want to set the seam just like this, then we press it. Again, you're going to set it and press it and set it and press it. You want your seams to go one direction because we're going to match these together in rows. And you can see here's the second row of the one that we've done. And see how that's going to go together, and this makes a whole hexie in this one, so it's every other one, wherever the fat parts, the wide parts come together, that makes your hexie. So let's go ahead and sew these together so we can show you this completed row. So to attach these rows, we're going to lay this over like this, and you can see where you're just going to attach it right where these seams come together. Just like that. And you'd like your seams to lay opposite directions so that they can nest. So if they didn't get ironed right that way, then you just make them behave. Now if you have forgotten or didn't get your little points trimmed, this is what happens. You get a little bunny ear like this, and you're just going to want to clip that off. And make sure you have a nice seam to do. And then when you open this up and you press it, you're just going to, you're going to want to set that seam and get your seams down right. And then you're going to open it up, and you're just going to gently move that iron over the seam to make sure that you have a nice flat seam. There we go. And look how nicely they all match together and fit, and it makes perfect little hexies. Isn't that adorable? Okay, so now you can see we brought the two rows back in here, and if we line them up like this, we're going to get another set of them. And they'll just all work together perfectly. Now when you have the ends, your ends are going to be, kind of wonky like this, which might be a fun finish. But again, you'll just want to take this ruler, and you'll just want to slice these off. And I'm not going to do that because I'm going to make this much bigger, because once we get this whole Origins quilt done, it's going to be amazing. Wait till you see what we can do with one Origins jelly roll here at the Missouri Star Quilt Company. We hope you enjoyed this tutorial on the quick and easy, where'd it go? I don't have a hexie. We hope you enjoyed this tutorial at the Missouri Star Quilt Company on the quick and easy hexie ruler.